In 300 BC, in the city of Cyprus, there lived a wealthy trader named Zeno. During a Phoenicia to Piraeus voyage, his boat and all his cargo sank. This unforeseen disaster left Zeno penniless in an instant. Imagine being Zeno. How would you react if your life's work was destroyed by nature? Anger, sadness, and feeling cheated would be typical responses for most, but not for Zeno, the father of Stoicism. Stoicism is about acceptance and indifference. After reading Socrates and other philosophers, Zeno developed and taught Stoicism. He believed that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how it affects us. Instead of lamenting his lost cargo, Zeno remained calm and composed. Modern Stoics are often seen as unemotional, but Stoicism is much deeper. It's a way to view, describe, and understand the world. It teaches us to process negative emotions from negative experiences and transform them into a unique perspective on life. Stoicism was public and accessible to all, from slaves to emperors. Notable Stoics include Epictetus, a former slave, Seneca, a statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Early Stoics practiced equality and coined the term cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world. Women, typically barred from philosophy, were welcomed by the Stoics. Musonius Rufus, Epictetus' teacher, believed women were just as capable of virtue and philosophy as men. This inclusive approach allowed women to learn and adopt Stoicism freely. Why do many adopt Stoicism? In a world full of surprises, our emotions often cloud our judgment. Stoicism teaches us to expect the worst and be content knowing it might happen. One Stoic exercise, voluntary discomfort, involves enduring hardships like cold showers or simple meals to foster gratitude and mental resilience. In today's consumer-driven world, where we're bombarded with messages of needing more to be happy, Stoicism is more relevant than ever. It teaches us to focus on improving ourselves for our sake, not for external validation. Placing happiness on external things can lead to disappointment. Stoicism advises finding value in our intrinsic qualities and controlling our reactions to life's events. This concept, known as the dichotomy of control, is central to Stoic philosophy. Epictetus said, "The chief task in life is to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control." Stoicism's core virtues are wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom helps us discern what we can and cannot control. Courage is about persistence. Temperance is moderation, and justice is about doing no harm. Nelson Mandela, influenced by Stoic principles, advocated for reconciliation rather than revenge after his imprisonment. He urged people to move forward and build a better nation, embodying Stoic ideals. Modern therapies like rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT, and logotherapy are rooted in Stoic principles. REBT helps challenge and replace negative thoughts, while logotherapy emphasizes finding purpose, even in dire situations. Stoicism teaches self-worth and focuses on what we can control, leading to a happier, more fulfilling life. It guides us through life's storms, helping us find peace regardless of the outcomes. In the end, Stoicism reminds us that everything has an end, but we can take comfort in living a good life. In reality, we don't get sad because bad things happen to us, but because unexpected bad things happen. Rain is good, it waters plants, provides for livestock, and cools temperatures. Yet when caught without an umbrella, it's unpleasant. We don't cry because we expect rain. It's inevitable, and although it sucks, it passes and light returns. Stoicism teaches that we should expect bad things. Picture the worst outcome and be content knowing it could happen. The exercise of voluntary discomfort increases gratitude. Sleep on the floor, take cold showers, eat only potatoes. These help us understand that we'll survive and thrive if our mindset is right. By enduring these discomforts, we prepare mentally for future misfortunes. With constant advertisements telling us we need the latest things to be happy, Stoicism is crucial. It teaches us to focus on self-improvement for our sake, not for external validation. Placing happiness on external things can lead to disappointment. Instead, find value in our intrinsic qualities and control our reactions to life's events. Stoicism's core virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, are timeless. Wisdom discerns what we can control. Courage is persistence. Temperance is moderation. Justice is doing no harm. Seneca wrote, "Learning to live with less creates space for things that matter." Happiness lies in intrinsic human value, not material possessions. We can control our reactions, not events. This is the dichotomy of control. Making YouTube videos like life involves effort. Forming ideas, researching, scripting, creating, editing, and uploading are within our control. But views and followers are not. Stoics judge success by effort, not outcome. Trust the process and live with less, freeing yourself from the societal handcuffs. Imagine working hard for 6 months, deserving a promotion, but not getting it. Without knowing the reason, you might feel worthless. Instead, value the quality of your work. Reframe setbacks as postponed goals, not failures. A true Stoic finds comfort in a simple, principled life. In modern medicine, Stoicism underpins therapies like REBT and logotherapy. REBT identifies and challenges negative thought patterns, replacing them with healthier beliefs. Logotherapy focuses on finding purpose, even in dark times. It's a process, rewiring our thoughts, removing the old and embracing the new. Stoicism teaches self-worth, focusing on controllable aspects, leading to a happier life. It helps navigate through life's storms. If the ship sinks, we find peace in having lived well. Everything has an end, but Stoicism provides comfort and strength to face it. In a world full of unexpected turns of events, our emotions can tend to get in the way of things. Stoicism teaches us to process these negative emotions from negative experiences and turn them into thoughts that give us a unique world perspective. Perspective is everything, and everyone in the world has different experiences and thus different perspectives on things. Since the Stoics gathered, discussed, and taught philosophy in a public place, their general philosophy was widely known. They believed that Stoic principles could greatly benefit anyone and everyone, so it didn't make sense for them to hide that knowledge behind the four walls of a school or the palace courtyards. As a result, everyone from slave to emperor could learn and become a Stoic, and they did. Some of the world's most notable Stoics include Epictetus, which translates to acquired, as he was once owned as a slave, Seneca, who was a well-renowned statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, and one of the most powerful men to have ever lived. The early Stoics practiced what they preached, avoiding all forms of segregation and leading the fight against inequality. They even invented the word cosmopolitan, which literally means citizen of the world. When people hear that word now, we think of cities like New York, Toronto, Dubai, and London because of how diverse they are. This was the type of unity and togetherness that the Stoics preached. At the time of Stoicism's foundation, women weren't allowed to pursue philosophy, but Stoics disagreed with that completely. Musonius Rufus, Epictetus' teacher, once said, "It is not men alone who possess eagerness and a natural inclination towards virtue, but women also. Women are pleased no less than men by noble and just deeds, and reject the opposite of such actions. Since that is so, why is it appropriate for men to seek out and examine how they might live well? That is, to practice philosophy, but not women." Even at a time when it wasn't popular, women were allowed to freely learn about Stoicism and become Stoics themselves. So why do so many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of unexpected turns of events, our emotions can tend to get in the way of things. In reality, we don't really get sad because bad things happen to us. We get sad because unexpected bad things happen to us. Rain is a good thing. It helps to water our plants, provides water for livestock, and keeps the temperature cool and humid. But the truth is, when that dark cloud catches you outside without an umbrella, it's never a good experience. So why don't we start crying once it starts to rain? It's because although the situation is bad, we've learned to expect rain. It's something that is unavoidable. We can't control the weather. Although it sucks, the rain passes and the light returns. Stoicism teaches us that in the same way, we should expect that everything bad that can happen will happen. Picture the worst outcome and be content knowing it could happen. One of the Stoic exercises is known as voluntary discomfort, an exercise aimed at increasing feelings of gratitude. Sleep on the floor of your kitchen, take cold showers when you normally take hot ones, eat nothing but potatoes for a few days, things like this. This exercise helps you to understand that no matter how hard it gets, you'll still survive and potentially thrive if your mindset is right. By being able to withstand these uncomfortable situations, we indirectly prepare our mental for future misfortunes.